I'm Sam.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're MV Board Gaming, and we are bringing you our quarterly review, which is April through June. So we are going to go ahead and jump into that.
Yes, and so this quarter was down, but I had kind of like looked through the last couple of years that we've been recording, and it seems like the second quarter of each year is always down in plays. I don't know if it's just because it's the beginning of the summer and we're doing a lot of stuff
There's
and
a lot
projects around the house,
outdoor activities.
So it seems to be a trend. So plays are down this quarter. We have 73 plays over 31 unique games. And I was kind of surprised that there were only 9 new games. So, but looking at those 9 new games, some of them are like games that we never played since we started recording. So like there's one game we haven't played in like years. And then so it shows up as a new play. So I think really it's only like maybe 6 new games. Right. So I still think that's kind of interesting because usually a lot of our plays are like new games. So we have 73 plays. Now, you might have seen this. I don't know if you saw it, but do you know what our most played game is?
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that when I was...
What do you think our most played game was of this quarter? We played it 11 times.
Oh, no, it's not what I thought it was then.
What were you going to say?
11. I was going to say Charterstone, but we didn't.
No, we didn't play it.
Yeah.
We played that like 8 times.
Yeah. 11 times? Unmatched?
It is unmatched. So that's a combination of a couple different sets, but mostly slings and arrows.
Yeah, that's
so we played that one alone, I think like 9 times or something like that. And I don't even think that was including the playthrough. We just did either two. So yeah, unmatched. And then second behind that was actually Dice Throne. And that was a combination of Dice Throne, regular Dice Throne, and then Adventures. Yeah. So those are some of our stats. So jumping right in, let's start with our favorite new to us game. So of those 5-6 games that were new to us, which one was your favorite new to us game?
Mine was Skyrise. I was thinking about that. I'm like, we didn't have too many new ones, so definitely that one stood out to me the most. I think because it was just the most unique to me. And it was fun. I liked it. So
I agree. Skyrise is my favorite of the new to us games. There is another game, but I only played it once. But that one play was really, really good. And Nick and Vic brought it, and that was Castellans.
Oh.
So that area control game, it was really cool. Yeah. So I really, really enjoyed that. But Skyrise, I think, just barely eked that out. But I really enjoyed our first play. So I guess my impression was Castellans was pretty awesome. So I really enjoyed that. But Skyrise wins for me.
Okay.
Next, I'll go first for this one. And this is just our favorite game in general. And so I'm just going overarching again. Dice Throne, and I'll explain a little bit more why, maybe in a little bit, about why. Well, one, it's my favorite game of all time, so when I play it, if it's my favorite game, it makes sense for it to be my favorite game, right? So it's Dice Throne, but it got a little extra goodness this quarter too.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you?
Well, of course, mine is Forest Shuffle, but with the Alpine expansion.
Yes, because I did get that for Father's Day, right? Yes.
Yeah, so that definitely put it over the top for me, and easily my favorite game of the quarter.
So good. The expansion is really good.
Yeah, I really like it.
Really good. Just adds more cards, but it was really good. Next is going to be best experience. What was your best experience? Did you see it?
I was like, what did I put? I forgot. Oh, yeah. For me, it was the last game of Detective City of Angels with Nick and Vic, because it was like the finale. We had completed all of the scenarios, and it was the most difficult one too, like being at the end.
Sure.
You know, and I think it just had like a crazy twist and like yeah, so for me that was really fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad that one made your number one because I was like, oh, it's such a good one.
Yeah.
And we did the review like right after we finished it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm really excited to play the expansion for it that Nick has, and it's such a good game.
Yeah.
But mine, it missed out simply because I finished Dice Throne Adventures with our son Eli. So I love Dice Throne. The fact that I got to play it cooperatively with my son just meant a lot to me. So it was great to be able to go through it and us having some epic moments when we're fighting the bosses or going through the portals and getting the loots. And he really enjoyed it and had a good time. So I'm really happy that he enjoyed Dice Throne Adventures. And after we finished it up, then me and Samantha got to start Dice Throne Adventure. So we're kind of working through it now because she hadn't played it before. But now that Dice Throne seems to be maybe getting a little bit more, she's liking it more. I was like, ooh, we could do this then. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see how that goes. Next one is going to be Dropped from Favor. So for me, mine is going to be Lanterns. The little tile game, placing it, matching the colors, getting the little favor tokens.
I still love Lanterns.
It's just, I feel like there's so many other games out there that do it better. It's a good game, and you throw in the Emperor's thing, and it makes it a little bit better. But it just feels like it's gotten to where there's so many other games that do the same thing. Good. Yeah, and I think my taste, like I'm starting to lean a little bit more above that entry level. Like I like basic games that have a lot of depth to the strategy, but actions are quick and simple. Yeah. And so this one, I just don't feel like there's a ton going on with it. So yeah, Lanterns drop for me.
Okay.
What about for you? What dropped?
Wavelengths.
Okay, Wavelengths.
Yeah, or not. There was no S on there. Wavelength. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's always a difficult choice for me as far as like what's dropped from favor. But yeah, when we played it, I was like, like it had been a while since we played it, but I was kind of like, it's one of those games too.
And
like
the guy smoked the girls.
Yeah, I mean, like you have to. I don't know. You have to really be on. I don't know, the same wavelength.
I don't know. Me, Gabe, and Tyler seem to do just fine.
No, right. It wasn't with them.
Who was it?
It was with Nick, Tim, and you. And it was.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Did we also play it with Gabe and Tyler too? I can't remember. Maybe not.
I don't think so. It was me, Vic, and Alyssa. And not that like we're not a good team, but it was like
me, Tim, and
you
Nick
guys were just like vibing with the guys, and you guys were like spot on. But anyway, it's like I don't know. It's kind of it wasn't as fun. It's never been like all like my top anyway. But yeah, so that one.
And then the last category is going to be the most improved, and so for me, it is Charterstone. So Charterstone is it showed up as like new game this quarter, but we played it years ago and then for like a few games and then we sat it and it just sat on the shelf and we're like, we really need to finish this. And because I was like, oh my gosh, it felt super slow. I think the very first time I was playing it, I appreciated it. But now that we got to where we unlocked all the stuff and doing all the different things.
It builds.
It really did build, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Now, with that being said, it's not a game that I'm keeping and getting rid of it because I don't think, now that I've experienced it, I don't think I'm going to go back to it. But it did improve, and I think it's a great game. I just don't think it's one that will stay like super. So it's a weird, I feel like, wow, it really improved based on what I thought, but it's not going to improve to the point to where it's going to show up in like my top 100.
Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Okay, well, mine for the most improved, and you're gonna love this, is Dice Throne. I have not. I mean, I like Dice Throne, but yeah, I'm definitely not even on the level that you love it.
Right.
But I think what sparked my interest again was the Dice Throne Adventures because I like cooperative games, and I it doesn't feel like we're just constantly battling each other. But I think, I got to play like a few new characters, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, so yeah.
You're playing the Vampire Lord, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Through it? Yeah.
Okay. And the adventures.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be great, and it's good because there's gonna be more cooperative. I'm not a big cooperative game person, but Dice Throne Adventures, man, I will play that cooperative all the time.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love it. But all right, so that's gonna do it for our numbers and our little tidbits about this last quarter. Let us know about your quarter, and also make sure to check out Nick and Vic's video. I'm sure they played a lot more games than we did, so they might have better stats than us. But until next time, thanks for watching.
See ya.